Welcome to Two Guys, Three Crowns, the podcast that talks about what it's really like to live in Stockholm, Sweden. I'm Sean, and with my fellow American Rodney, we break down the good, the bad, and the just plain weird. It's quite the journey, so join us for the ride.
Helan går, sjung huppralallalej. Helan går, sjung huppralalej. Och den som inte helan tar han heller inte halvan får. Helan går.
Woo!
Sjung huppralallalej. And it is officially August.
Yeah, time for some crayfish, baby.
Yes.
Woo!
It is Crawdaddy time.
And August certainly has arrived, that's for sure.
Wow. After, and I was looking at the weather reports this week, and it's kept on saying Saturday is going to be fantastic. Saturday is going to be fantastic. And I'm thinking, I
don't believe it till you see it, right?
And then it was raining, and it was overcast, and I was like, I don't know. And then I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Everybody out of the house.
Yeah. Well, let's see. My kids got home at 4 a.m., so yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, they slept in. They slept in a little bit. And then we got up. So the recycling machine at the store near Lena's work was busted. So she brought all of the recycling
So
cans.
you were the people with the giant bag of cans.
She had two giant garbage bags.
What goes around comes around, my friend.
Yeah, but we were really, really nice and really, really thoughtful. So yesterday on our way home, she was like, I'm going to swing by the store and do this. And it was like 5:30 something in the evening. And I said, why don't we just go early in the morning? So we were very, very we were being very kind, very thoughtful. And we got down there and there was nobody there.
Yeah.
So we went in, she took their two machines. She took one, started working on her big garbage bag. I took the other one, started working on my big garbage bag. And, man, we were just feeding that stuff in there, just, feeding. And then
like a couple of old ladies in Vegas at the slots.
Yeah, pretty much. That was us. But a couple minutes into it, then another guy comes. And it's him, his wife, and his two kids. And he has a garbage bag full of cans. So I go ahead and politely stop mine, grab my little receipt, then I go and join Lena. And the guy looks at me all surprised, and he's kind of like, "Oh, tack så mycket." And I was like, "This is the way we should have done, like an infomercial or something, like an informational."
the old PSA with the rainbow and the star. The more you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had to be thoughtful and kind. So it felt actually really, really good. Hey, it was, I think, when we added it all up, it was like 200 crowns.
Wow, not bad.
Yeah.
Too bad you can't use that at Systemet.
Yeah, no. But hey, there were a couple of definitely a couple of questionable cans that popped up in those bags. I was like, Lena, you took these from work, right? But we noticed an overwhelming amount of power drink cans. There was like a ton of energy booster type of. I didn't see a lot of healthy cans. Now that I think about it, there was no like juice containers or anything. There might have been a couple of water bottles.
Oh my God, that's great.
But yeah, we were the big garbage bag people full of recyclables at the store this morning.
Got to make a special trip at 5:00 in the morning just to do those big bags.
Yeah. Well, I just thought I was like, this is the way people should be doing it, But one of the things that we did was Veronica had called up, came home, and had 3 friends stay over. Mm-hmm. So while we were down at the store doing this, the plan was that we'd go around and we'd buy like some breakfast rolls.
Okay.
Like what? Like croissants? Like Swedish fralla. It's like a baked. It's not.
Is
a
it
baguette.
sweet or is it savory?
No, it's not. It's like bready.
It's got to be one or the other. It can't be, ooh, no.
No, well, I mean, it's bready. It's like got a bread texture and a bread flavor.
Is it more on the sweet side or more on the salty side?
I'm gonna say more kind of towards the sweet. I was gonna say sweetish.
Okay. So it's more like a bun.
Hey, it's like a Swedish, right?
Yeah.
And they have different. They have ones with cheese on them, like melted on top, and they have regular plain ones, and then they have ones with the. I was gonna say opium seeds, but that's wrong. What are
Poppy seeds.
poppy
My God. You've watched that Seinfeld episode too many times.
Yeah. So we got up, and then when we got home, we woke. Well, actually, we let him sleep.
Now I'm thinking of bread with opium on it. I'm like, what the hell?
Like, dude, I'm gonna go to the store and pick up some more of those opium.
Chasing the dragon with bread, man.
There we go, dude. And then when we woke him up, all three of the Veronica came down. We said, okay, I brought some tomatoes, cucumbers, some, bell peppers, and some cold cuts and stuff. And then Veronica says that, they're not going to eat breakfast. And I was like, how can you not eat breakfast? But anyway, so it wasn't for lack of food. We actually had a plan of action. It just remained unrealized.
Dad, my friends and I don't eat breakfast now. That's so 2019.
Yeah, I was like, hey, all the more opium poppy buns for me.
You could have had a crazy day, but that's all for me now.
Yeah, your Saturday could have been really, really fun.
Now, seeing as it is crawfish, crayfish season.
Yes.
So they all come in like it's kind of like a brine, like the watery kind of mix.
Right.
It's got like major dill flavor.
Exactly.
So do you just like straight up boil them in that?
And well,
or heat them up?
It's not like regular, like the dill that you buy to go ahead and, it's like huge dill stuff. Like the crown part of the dill. I've never done it. I watched my mom do it a couple of times when I was little, so I remember the process. But it's that dill salty.
Yeah. Because I've got to do I had to look it up. Like how do you do a crawfish boil? But they're already boiled, so it's like basically just reheating the thing. So I always peel a whole onion, throw the onion in whole, and then like empty half a can of Old Bay in it because I was born and raised in Baltimore in the Northeast, so got to have the Old Bay in there.
Old Bay on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cover up all that dill flavor.
Right. No, I mean, unfortunately, I cannot partake because I'm sensitive to. Which is one of those things. People are like, "Oh, you don't like it," and I'm like, "No, I like it. It doesn't like me."
Yeah.
Once the allergies kick in, but.
Yeah, you can't mess around with shellfish allergies either.
No, and I love crab, I love shrimp, I love crayfish and lobster and all of the good stuff. And sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll cheat a little bit and I'll try and I sit there but the reaction is never. It's never like one of those things where I turn twice the size of.
Yeah. You need an EpiPen and all that kind of thing.
Right, but so I definitely miss that. Oh. Now, where were you guys today? Where were you during this sunny day?
I was out baking like a potato.
Ooh, okay.
I was. Let me get my best Swedish, pronunciation.
Here we
going
go.
here. Grislinge havsbad. Grislinge havsbad. So it's a beach,
right,
out in Värmdö.
Okay.
Grislinge. So it's real nice. There's like a marina there. This massive beach. They've got like an area which is kind of like a square U that sticks out of the beach in such a way that it creates like a cordoned off area. So all the kids kind of play inside of that, and then they can jump out from the docks onto the outside of the ring. So it's super nice. And then the whole thing's ringed off by those little floaty the little floats on a string that you see everywhere in every lake.
Yeah.
To like designate this as a swimming area. But yeah, it was really nice. Super cold, the water. But
was this your first time out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you
it
guys
was.
did like
it's the kind of water where you get in at certain parts, you go, oh. Your voice goes up a couple octaves.
That chill we were talking about. Yeah, it looks. That's when the water looks great on pictures, but no.
But yeah, it was. I mean, you needed the water because it was sitting on the sand out there today. It was
right.
It was toasty, roasty, toasty. So I'm sure I'm gonna have a little extra color when I wake up tomorrow.
Yeah, we were just doing stuff around the house today, except for our big recycling adventure this morning. But I actually pulled a chair out. I was like, I got to soak the sun up while it's here.
Yeah.
And it was definitely toasty.
Yeah, for sure.
It was definitely toasty out there.
You got to activate those Polynesian genes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was out. I think I was out for like maybe 10 minutes. And then like 10, 15 minutes, and I was...
It's like the opposite of Florida blood.
It was like shake and bake me. But I actually snuck in because we all decided we were going to barbecue. So, and Lena had not complained a little bit, but she raised the point that I did baby back ribs last week for Adrian's birthday. Mm-hmm. For all of his friends. We did baby backs and a bunch of stuff. She was like, yeah. But me and Veronica didn't get baby back ribs.
Oh, boy. Guilt trip.
Yes. So we picked those up this morning while we were doing our lap.
Now, those are like the Texas Longhorn ones, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I actually have a rib rack that goes on the grill.
Oh, nice.
So you can, so it's enough place. I think it has space for like 4 slabs of ribs. But you can place 2 more ribs on top.
Wow.
Yeah, and it works out really, really nicely.
Yeah, for sure.
But I had to sneak those in. We were like, when are we going to eat? And I showed them. They saw them when I came into the house with them. I was like, I got to do the podcast, and then we'll eat.
So it's going to be a fast episode today.
This is probably the only time that they weren't so excited about the podcast. They were like,
but at least those ribs are easy. It's not like a huge involved thing, like doing it from scratch and all that.
No, and I had done ribs a while back. That thing where you from scratch, doing like pork ribs. And I can't remember how long they were on the grill. They were like a low temperature for like 6 hours or 8 hours. Yeah. And I did like a Jack Daniel's glaze and stuff. But no, this is actually kind of nice. Yeah. And it is different. It's a different, because we did them in the oven one time, but it's not at all the same. If you can heat.
Don't you finish them on the grill when you do them in the oven?
No. I think
that's key. You got to do that.
And I think that I don't know what the box says. I think the box is probably, I don't think the box says anything about actually barbecuing them. I think it's probably just stick them in the oven for 20 minutes and then.
Oh, yeah. But I was saying the raw ones that you do from scratch. You can do them faster if you put them in the oven and then finish them on the grill to get the smoky.
Exactly. And that's kind of what I was doing towards the end. I did that, and I don't even know. I might have even boiled them one time, a long time ago. Tried to jumpstart them.
Skip a few hours of steps.
Let's see. Instead of 8 hours, I can boil them and probably barbecue these puppies in 10 minutes.
Now, speaking of smoky ribs and glazes and meats. People, let me tell you, we got to do a major shout out today. Woo!
Ooh, yes, sirree.
We made a little trip over to,
yes, we did.
What was that, Oysterberry?
Yep.
To go see Brisket and Friends.
Yes.
Oh.
And we had been, we've been
Kiss the
talking,
fingers and release into the air. Mwah!
Yeah, we've been talking about that for over a year.
Yes.
And then, and then we decided we were going to hook up and have a little powwow and said, why not do lunch in Oysterberry?
Yes. What an experience, too. Getting off you got off at the big train station. I got off at the Tvarbanen.
Yeah.
And then we started walking through the little sidewalks till the sidewalk ran out.
Yes.
And then there's tractor trailers, semi trucks whizzing past us in both directions. Like the old Atari Frogger music starts playing.
That's right. Yeah.
And then we're walking through an industrial park into a parking lot, and then all of a sudden we see a smokestack, and we're like, that's got to be it.
That's it. What an interesting location, though.
I know, it's
'Cause
fantastic.
It was like a parking lot. It was like between a transmission place and
yes, across from like a paint distributor.
Right. Awesome. It was awesome.
But you still had people coming in there with their cars from God only knows how far around.
Yeah.
So worth it, too. So worth it. Oh,
there was quite a good mix of people, too. I mean, you had people dressed up and you had people dressed down.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was a good, and we did the table breaker.
The table breaker. Now, you see, we weren't allowed to both go in an order because social distancing, coronavirus rules.
Right.
Now, was it actually called the table breaker, or was it called something more like him?
No, it was straight up table breaker.
Nice.
It was the table breaker. And you can order that it's a minimum. It's for a minimum of 2 people.
Yeah.
You had to be 2 or more for that one. But what was on that? What was on that platter?
So there was
and
3 different kinds of brisket, if you think about it. There was a normal brisket.
Yes.
Just by itself, like it just speaking for itself. Fantastic. Yeah. Got the smoke rings around the outside, nice and pink in the middle, super tender, super flavorful. And then on the other corner, you had white brisket, which I'm assuming was pork. Must have been some kind of pork. But same kind of thing. Nice, dark, crusty smoke ring around the outside, super juicy and tender. And then they put like this ginger orange marmalade sauce on the top.
Yeah.
Served opposite those on the other side were burnt ends in I would assume a homemade barbecue sauce, like a more traditional kind of whiskey based kind of barbecue sauce kind of flavor sort of thing. Burnt ends, that was my favorite on the whole plate.
Yeah,
the plate. It was like a giant tray full of food stacked on top of each other.
Right.
And then there was like a tangy pulled pork.
Right. Yes, there was.
There was sausage that was like the little casing had like that little bit of snap to it, but other than that, it was like melt in your mouth.
Right. And I'm wondering if it wasn't like some kind of jalapeno variation of some sausage.
Yeah, because it had a little bit of a kick to it.
It had a little bite.
Yeah.
And then we had the mac and cheese.
Oh, mac and cheese was fantastic.
And then we got to choose 2 sides, and I went with coleslaw. I got the slaw and the potato salad, so we could check those out.
Yes. Amazing stuff. And then on the table, there's 2 kinds of sauces on the table. There's like a more kind of, I would probably call it more of a Memphis style barbecue sauce kind of thing. Yeah. And then they had like a mustard based one, which was fantastic.
That was good too.
So I was stuck dipping my burnt ends into that mustard sauce. Boy, let me tell you. Oof. You haven't lived until you've rolled out of that place.
Right.
Full of cholesterol, full of beefiness.
Yeah. It was a good thing. Hey, we had a good walk to get over there, and then we had a good walk afterwards.
Yeah, trying to find a coffee place nearby. That was an adventure.
That was our saving grace were those walks, because next time I'm just going to bring a pillow. I think I'm just going to bring a pillow, just eat and run. Hey, did you see who else went?
Jermaine went there, right?
Jermaine? Yeah, she started posting pictures too.
There should be a monument to Brisket and Friends somewhere.
Yeah, but they are also on. They're still on our list, and we're going to see if we can get Brisket and Friends to go ahead and tell us a little bit about the story, because it's an interesting story behind how they got that started. So
yeah, for sure.
We'll see if we can get those guys on an episode.
And then in the meantime, I have another little addition to what may be a segment. Say what?
Oh.
Of where I'm going tomorrow.
Huh.
A little last minute within Sweden close to Stockholm birthday getaway.
Okay.
We're going to, I'm going to do my best to pronounce this one. To give you an idea, it is southeast of Hammarby Sjöstad.
Okay.
Saltsjöbaden.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good, John.
Half a point. Half a point.
There you go.
So how would you pronounce it?
Saltsjöbaden.
Okay, so you
So
get
they're
rid of
pretty
the no T in there.
Saltsjöbaden. No. Saltsjöbaden. I don't know. But
You kind of skip over it. You kind of eat it like the Cubans eat their S's in Spanish. Como está, man?
Yes.
Como está?
Right. It just kind of disappears in the mix. Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, and I am going to be very embarrassed and ask, when is your birthday? Is it because I know it popped up on the list. When is your birthday?
Every day is my birthday.
Every day is your birthday. Okay.
No, my birthday is tomorrow.
That's what it
Sunday,
was.
August 2nd.
Okay. I will call you at 6 a.m. and sing for you.
And I will not answer.
Okay.
I'll be sure to turn on the do not disturb on my phone so I don't get any kind of...
Right. Oh, man.
The only
That
time I'm
sounds
waking up
bad.
that early in the morning is when Renata shoves the baby monitor in my face and goes, "It's your turn to get him up for breakfast today."
Dylan, man.
Meaning Dylan's rolling over, demanding to be taken out at 6 a.m. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Stay in there another hour.
I'm trying to think. Let's see. Dylan is one, so well, we're not going to get into winter discussions just yet, but that's like the winter thing. I just keep on seeing him all bundled up, but we'll wait.
No,
until
we already have to
we'll-
start
yeah.
stocking up on all of his outfits, right? Because
Right.
when he goes to preschool, you have to have another 18 sets of clothes for every
Yeah.
kind of weather, or else he's not allowed to
Exactly.
go to preschool.
Yeah. The funny thing is bundling them up, like bundling little kids up, so that you can transport them to daycare and then do the whole thing, but in reverse, start peeling off the
Yeah,
layers.
and then they want to go play with their friends, and you got to stand on them to hold them down. I'm like, no, we're taking your clothes off first.
Yeah, and ours is like a 3-minute walk away. So it was almost, sitting there going, I wonder if parents would think it was cruel if I just stick my kid under my arm and run as fast as I can from our place.
Well, it depends. If
To
you have
the-
like
to
one
the
of those
daycare.
giant H&M down jackets that's like a sleeping bag, I'm
Right.
sure you could get away with it.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the same country where people leave their kids out in a stroller outside a restaurant in the middle of winter. Like, how is that okay?
Yeah. No, it's that because it was such a short stretch. I'm going, man, okay, we're going to put on these gloves, and we're going to put on these
Just
gloves.
don't tie anything. Make sure nothing's secure.
You're right. Velcro everything.
Yeah.
It's just
No
like
zippers, no buttons. Forget it.
And guess where I'm going tomorrow?
Out to see the Duchess.
No.
Where are you going?
I'm going to IKEA.
Oh, you're celebrating that?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. No, Adrian got his apartment, mentioned that, but now we have to start stocking up for it. So we are doing the IKEA, the trip
Like
tomorrow.
the level 1. Welcome to IKEA. The tutorial.
Exactly. and I
This
didn't know.
is a knife. You will need this.
Right. Yeah.
This
You
is a
might
spoon. You will need this too.
need this. Right. And that's kind of how because we sat down and made a list. I don't have it here in front of me, but we tried to make a list of everything that he's going to need.
Yeah.
And when you sit there in front of a blank piece of paper, it's his first apartment. He basically has nothing.
Yeah.
So we're like,
Well, you can probably go off of like one of those American lists for when kids go away to college.
right.
Because
That's
that's
pretty
kind
much
of
what it-
like
yeah.
the same thing. Because he just did like the military academy, so they would have had everything there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're looking forward to it.
So you got to make sure you give him all the tips, like do not put liquid dish soap into the dishwasher if he has a dishwasher.
Right. Well, yeah.
Unless
And,
you want to
know,
have a foam party.
Exactly. That's can't wait for that phone call. And I'm pretty sure we'll be getting a couple phone calls. But we are going to go. I'm going to head out and pick up the keys on Monday. So Monday evening will be the first time that we actually get to get access to the access.
So
to the apartment.
what kind of like finishing? I assume it's not furnished.
No. And I think the guy that is moving out actually called Adrian because he had like a desk and a chair, that he was going to get rid of. And he asked Adrian, and Adrian asked me. He was like, well, the guy has a desk and a chair, and he's wondering, should he get rid of it or, do I want it and leave it? I'm like, well, have him leave it, and we'll take a look.
Yeah.
Because we're starting from zero. But Adrian is really excited, and he doesn't care if it's furnished, unfurnished. He was like, Monday night, he's moving in.
Yeah. But you guys, so obviously futon, but you guys don't have to worry about stuff like cabinets and all that kind of thing. That'll all be there and all the white goods.
I'm really hoping that we don't have to.
Hey, you never know, because here they take the light fixtures, they take the curtains, they take everything with them.
Yeah, and we'll see when we get there. But I was surprised that there's a washer and dryer like in.
Nice. Welcome to high living, baby.
Yeah. Well, so we're excited. We're gonna take some pictures. I have to show you some pictures of what it's like. But I've been feeling this for a while, but Lynn has brought it up a couple of times. The last 24 hours, she's like, I can't believe he's moving out. And I'm going, yeah, he's moving out. Hey, do you think if we move his bed, I can get a bench press in there?
No, what you got to start doing is, if we like saved all these old egg cartons, I could just start putting up quasi-acoustic paneling all over. And then next thing you know, you got yourself a design studio and an audio studio.
Nice. For doing more video clips.
Right. And then all of a sudden, Bjorn will move in instead.
Yeah, there we go. Mr. Runestone himself. No, we got him a cooking book, I think, or cookbook.
Yeah, nice.
A couple of things, but yeah, it's exciting. We actually started doing a little bit of a grocery list, but I think that he's going to have to probably step in there.
But I mean, you got to do stuff like some kind of measuring cup, like basic kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we were looking at like spatula. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And I can't remember how Lena categorized it on the list, but like every time I brought something up, she was like, yeah, that's this. It's like the kitchen area, because there's like that kitchen section, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'll just grab one of everything.
One toaster, one kettle.
Yeah, she said a while back, or, that they used to have like a starter kit, like a starter setup for So it was like a like a starter's kitchen thing, but
nice.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I remember having to go in, get your little tiny mini golf pencil.
Yeah.
And then like the little piece of paper where you had to write everything down on and all the codes so you could go find it downstairs.
Exactly.
Once you finally figured out how to get the hell out of the showing rooms.
Yeah, through the
maze and the people and then like God forbid you go through one of the secret passages and then you're like, wait, wasn't I here before already? What happened?
Right.
No, get me out of here!
You got to pay somebody extra to get that little access to the cheat area.
Yeah. That should be Jordan Peele's next movie. Get out of IKEA.
Right. Pop up through like the plant section.
That will do it for this week's episode, everybody. As always, thanks for tuning in. And as always, we are brought to you by HiramNordic.com and SeanVoiceover.com. Go check us out over there on those websites. And as always, as well, you know where you can find us on social media. We see you guys out there. We love and appreciate all the support that we see. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you back here next time for more Two Guys, Three Crowns.